Jai Shri Krishna to all. Welcome to Path to Anandam Gita series. Freedom from pains and miseries. To happy, healthy and peaceful life. Based on Srimad Bhagavad Gita and 108 mantras to awaken your soul, which is also based on Bhagavad Gita. And our today's series number is 31. How to acquire self-knowledge, transcendental knowledge. And pranam to Swamiji, Hariharji Maharaj, for his blessings, his guidance, and advising, guiding to start path to Anandam, write these books, share it with the rest of the world. So thank you very much, Swamiji, for your blessings and bringing us together this morning. And today's session, again, we are continuing with Gyan Karma Sannyas Yoga. We spoke about Karma Yoga, which is chapter 3 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And we are on the chapter 4, which is not just the Karma Yoga, but how to perform the Karma Yoga. In other words, go deeper and deeper. We got the concept of Karma Yoga, but now almost doing a PhD in Karma Yoga. So, Gyan Karma Sannyas Yoga. Do it with wisdom and with the bhava, with the feelings of tyaga, letting go, seva bhav. And what is the self-knowledge? The title today is how to acquire self-knowledge, transcendental knowledge, supreme powers knowledge. So what is it? How to find a spiritual master? Where to get this? And how to acquire it from him? Benefits. What are we going to get in return by doing all this hard work? Which I think it's a very pleasant work, but sometimes it feels like it's a lot of hard work. Then if it is a hard work, then what are the benefits are we getting out of it? Why are we getting up in the morning, on Sunday morning? So there must be some benefit for us. And then also there is some homework. How we can continue to study and contemplate what we learned this week and enjoy for whole week, keeping in mind that we are here for self-improvement and practice. My sankalpa and meditation. So as we started, very first session of January 2022, which is almost the end now, that to become a Arjuna ourselves and try to solve the problems of our life with going to the Sharan of Shri Krishna Bhagwanji with the supreme power by requesting him to help us. And we continue to feel the challenges, face the challenges in life, go into Vishad like Arjuna, where he was arguing all kind of things to Lord Krishna, that why he should not be doing his duty, performing his duty by getting involved in the war where his near and dears were involved. And he gave all the reasons. In fact, he said he does not even want to gain anything in this world because he thought due to this war, he will get the kingdom back. And he showed that he was not greedy. He said, let go. Even they kill me. Still, I do not want to get involved in this war, this bloody war. But he did not understand the purpose of that was way beyond his understanding. It was all Prabhu's Leela, Prabhu's play. And he was being guided, he was being chosen. But finally, when he gave up with all his arguments, and Lord Krishna was still smiling, then he prays to him with surrender, with full faith, as if, because he was his friend, but he was still guiding him. So he was asking for the advice from his friend very humbly. Karpanye dosho pahat swabhava, paschami tvam dharma sammurcheta, yache isyani nishchitam bruhi tanme, shishyaste ham shadi mam tvam prapanyam. My heart is overwhelmed by the weakness of pity. I have lost all of my composure and my mind is confused about my duty, my dharma, what to do, what not to do, why to do. So I am requesting you to tell me what is definitely good for me, because I'm so confused. I cannot differentiate between good and bad anymore. So please tell me what is really good for me. I am your disciple. I surrender to you. So please instruct me. So we are the Arjunas of today, living in the awareness now, getting together, analyzing, learning the capabilities of analyzing, being honest to accept our shortcomings and asking his advice. And we pray to him to give us the guidance so we can listen to him and follow his advice, not just listening, but put his advice into action. And then we can, just like Arjuna, become from Vishad to Prasad. We get the Prasad of his guidance, love and compassion and peace. So thank you, Guruji and Lord Krishna, for coming in our life and giving us this opportunity to realize and becoming an Arjun. So Lord Krishna, after listening to Arjuna's plea, he guides him as a teacher now. From friend, he become the teacher now. And Arjun become a student. And he gives him step by step this spiritual instruction manual, which is called Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which gives us how to operate our life righteously. Through Karma Yoga, we are on the Karma Yoga. Through Yagna, making our life as a Yagna. It teaches us how to become a qualified seeker, because we are sometimes on ping pong. Sometimes we have a full faith, we surrender. Other time we kind of become hopeless and feel fearful. Again go into Vishad. And here Lord Krishna guides us with that knowledge, transcendental, permanent knowledge, how to become the seeker, how to become a good student and attain the eternal happiness, peace, Anandam, while living in this material world, which is called Maya. And beyond realizing, beyond that, realize our true nature, that we are not just this body, but we are the part of the supreme power, Satchit Anand. So we are the Satchit Anand. And that's where, based on Swami Hariharji's quotations. So thank you very much, Swamiji, again, for guiding us. So through Gyan Karma Sannyas Yoga, where Arjuna is arguing and arguing and arguing and giving all kind of valid reason, then why should I kill my near and dear ones? And Lord Krishna tried to teach him that you are not just the body, and related to the body, like relationships are all body related. These arguments are all mental related. all mind coming from the mind. And Lord Krishna is gradually taking him by removing one layer of this like an onion and taking him to the essence of life, the purpose of life, that what we should do and what we should not do, and learn from it how to remove all of these layers of doubts through karma yoga, through bhakti yoga, through gyan yoga, through the ultimate knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, from Vishad to Prasad. So when Arjun keep arguing, and Lord Krishna keep guiding him, and still Arjun does not get up for performing his duty. Then Lord Krishna takes him, as we talked last time. He finally tells him, look, make this life as a yajna. Brahma arpanam, Brahma havi, Brahma agneyo, Brahma hutam, Brahmev ten gantavyam, Brahma karm samadhina. Make this whole life, consider yourself as the Havan Kund. You are giving the ahuti, oblation of every activity you perform, because you are not the doer. The energy, the supreme energy is the doer. And whatever is you are think that you are doing, consider that. Whether you are thinking, whether you are seeing, whether you are listening, whatever activity, even performing and getting involved with this war, consider this one of the ahuti you are giving. You are doing it all for God's sake, not for your sake. Because he already explained him before, but he did not understand. So now he is giving him more and more and more instructions and different examples and different metaphors and different similarities of the Havan Kund. This is such a powerful, to me, this is the ultimate. Make your life as a yajna, Havan Kund, and put everything as a ahuti. So that's what he's guiding Arjuna, that everything is Brahman, and you just, whatever you do, you offer. And then he explains him that, see here, I'm just repeating this from last session because this is very important to go to the next session. That see how, just put yourself as in the Havan Kund. You are the Havan Kund. Every activity you perform is your ahuti in the different forms of Havans. You know, doesn't matter, different forms of yajna, whatever it is, but everything requires the involvement of body and mind. So consider your mind's emotions as the ahutis and give it to this yajna. Then you will purify yourself, which you are carrying all these doubts. Our soul gets tangled, tarnished with all these doubts and worries. So he's telling him, remove these. When you remove this, you become more purified. Then you transform yourself, you understand. And then you are on the path of self-realization, who I am. He also tells him, what are the benefits? It's not that you just die and then everything you gain at the end. No, while you are living in this world, you also enjoy this world. So not that you just wait until the end that you get the freedom from bondage of karmas and you are beyond birth and death. While you are living, while you are achieving the purpose of your life and experiencing peace, Anandam, your true self. So he's telling him, just surrender and see the impact of it. So these are the benefits. Your yajna will become your therapy of every day. But Arjuna still doesn't get it. And Lord Krishna trying very hard. And Arjuna keeps saying, Na jotasiti govindam. I cannot put myself in this war because I see my near and dear ones right there. He's still confused. And he's not willing to perform his duty. And that's where Lord Krishna kind of gets very frustrated with him. But with his grace, see how Lord Krishna is so patient with him. He smiles. He doesn't get mad at him. He just simply listens to him as a good teacher, good guru, and guide him. And then he tells him, Tat Vidhi Pranipaten, Pariprashnen Sevya, Updeshyanti te Jnanam, Jnaninas Darshanam, Tattva Darshana, means attain this transcendental knowledge which I have been giving you until now from a self-realized person, because Lord Krishna says he's not considering me more than what he sees me. So he's telling him, okay, Baba, chodo mere ko. Go somewhere else. Go find this self-knowledge from some self-realized guru. You know, like when we get kind of frustrated with our children or with our, say, okay, you know, you don't listen to me, fine. Go and listen to somebody else. Then we guide them, okay, go to the counselor, go to your guru, go to your friend, go to somewhere else. And we try to do that. Sometimes we don't understand the thing from one person, then we say, okay, we'll go to somebody else too. This is what Lord Krishna is telling him. Ki the whatever knowledge I have given you, this transcendental knowledge, now, if you don't believe me, though he's not saying it, but that's what he means. Okay, now you go and find some self-realized soul. But how you will ask this? By humble reverence, by asking questions, and by service. Sevya, Pratipaten, the self-realized soul will teach you that knowledge which I have given you so far. So he's telling him that you keep arguing, continue to argue on this one. You are not getting it what I'm telling you. So go and get this knowledge from the supreme knowledge from somewhere else. Because Arjuna is still considered this, he's still tangled with his body. Knowledge, you know, there are several types of knowledges which we have discussed before. One knowledge, which is a body-related knowledge, where we get the training, computer skills, medical college, going to medical college, becoming the doctor, or whatever profession we resonates with us and we choose, we get the worldly knowledge. This is for our daily life, to manage the daily life, have the jobs, etc. Then the next knowledge comes that how come I'm so emotionally disturbed? Many times I get upset. Is there anything beyond this, or just this ping pong game, kabhi khushi, kabhi gum? Is there something beyond that? We want to start questioning it. You know, first one, worldly knowledge is just that khao piyo moj karo. You know, what they said, life is too short, enjoy it. But in the second knowledge, where we start questioning ourselves, then we think that there must be something beyond it. So that's where we start seeking some gurus and some wise people. And that's where we kind of land to some higher gurus, the transcendental gurus as well. So, but the second one is again, it's more like a Raisic knowledge. We go on to get the name and fame with that knowledge. But the third knowledge, which is a transcendental knowledge, the supreme knowledge, that knowledge takes us beyond this sukha dukkha, beyond vishad. So here Lord Krishna says, acquire that knowledge. Go find a self-realized soul. Here we can also ask a question, how to acquire this self-knowledge. So basically there are two things which Lord Krishna is telling him, that find a self-realized soul, not the teachers which are paid, or the teachers which kind of nowadays, if you go there and, you know, many times people say, okay, this is a workshop, you will see your Kundalini will be open within a week or within a session. You will have a God's darshan in 1 minute and things like. There are a lot of paid gurus nowadays, which are preaching these kind of things. That's not what we are talking about. We are talking about secular teacher, the supreme master. He's asking the supreme master, supreme, the person who has a tattva-darshini. But even you find him, you still become a seeker, because whatever you seek is seeking you. That's what Rumi says. If we are looking for certain things, then we start seeing it. We don't even notice it. But suppose we are looking for studying Bhagavad Gita. All of a sudden, I decided, okay, when I wanted to study Bhagavad Gita, all of a sudden, I get so many Guruji came in my life, the friends came in my life, and everything was, cosmos was arranging everything for me. And we all have that experiences. So whatever we seek, the cosmos help us and it starts seeking us. But we have to become a seeker, devotee, whether we call it devotee, whatever we want to name it, but basically we have to become a seeker. But it is a requirement of the seeker to ask for advice. And that's where he says, Pranipaten, we should be humble. We should have a faith. We should surrender. Even though Arjun said that, Karpanye dosho pahat swabhava, pashyami tvam dharma samurcheta, jachase syani nichitam brohi tanme, shishyaste ham shadi mam tvam prapanyam. He keeps saying shishyaste shadi mam prapanyam. But when it came to the reality, he was still not sure what he was listening, because he did not understand. This was beyond his Kshatriya nature. He never understood that there is an Atma in the body, etc. And so he's confused. So he's saying, Lord Krishna is saying, but once you surrender it, Guru will give you his blessing. So make sure you show the humility. Don't just ask the questions with arrogancy or show that you understood and you want to ask more questions. Here, what kind of questions we should be asking? That's the next slide I will show it to you. And then have a selfless service. But here is the knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So what is the wisdom? Knowing ourselves, who I am, is the ultimate wisdom. So here Lord Krishna says, go and find a tattva-darshini, guru, master. So what he means by, because Arjun did not understand. So Lord Krishna explains him later on. But this is what even the Swami Vivekananda said, a true guru should understand the spirit of the scriptures. What does scripture say? Understand the tattva of scripture, the purpose of the scripture, why Bhagavad Gita was given. Have a pure character and be free from sins, and should be selfless, seva, without desire for money and fame. So one should be beyond the desires, anger, greed, attachment, ego, fear, jealousy, free from all. And that the prasad, we get it from Bhagavad Gita. Little by little, one becomes a tattva-darshini. But there are many tattva-darshini gurus, even today, where we can go and seek for that knowledge. Swami Hariharji Maharaj did this so effectively. He transformed so many gurus, so many of us, and tried to teach them how to go and preach Bhagavad Gita. So type of gurus. I thought I should further explain this here to understand. The guru is wisdom, infinite power and compassion. And there are many gurus like external gurus, personal guru. books, Bhagavad Gita, Guru Granth Sahib, Ramayana, Srimad Bhagavat, etc. There are so many scriptures, Upanishads, Vedas, you name it. And then the mother nature, this Prakriti teaches us so much. These difficulties, what we face in our life, the challenges we face in our life, they are our biggest teachers. But here I put it, beware of those phony gurus who give you the quick darshans and kundalini opening and solve the daily problems. And they say, come to me and I will solve this, your daily problems. And they just give a lot of false promises, etc. And this is true. I have my own experiences. And this is why I always want people be aware of fake gurus. You might end up in an island where you will be taking advantage of it. But with the Guru's grace, though you might face those difficulties and challenges, still, if you are pure, God will take care of you. You don't have to worry about it. Surrender to God, do everything for the sake of God. And then the internal Guru, which is without the body, wisdom, when we experience, when we do mantras, that mantras merge with every cell of our body, all of a sudden, when you study Gita, all of a sudden, those bhavas come, which don't even we know where these thoughts are coming from. You even wonder. And when you start putting on the papers and show it to somebody, somebody says, oh, wow, where did you get this? Because it's not that we get it. The blessing, the connection, that's why the meditation, connection with supreme power is so important, because that in knowledge start pouring. So ultimately, the pure mind is our guru. That's why the purification, bhava, not complaining, not criticizing, but having good virtues, purify us. And here I give the examples of it. Vivekananda's Guru was Shri Ramakrishnan, Guru Nanak ji, monks का दलाई लामा जी, और हमारे गीता फैमिली का हरिहर जी महाराज. But ultimately, God is the Jagat Guru, who had with mercifully give this Gita for all of us to Arjuna. So Gita is not just the Guru, it gives the Gyan, and ultimately you start experiencing Lord Krishna's all around you, within you. So the question comes that what type of question to ask? Because Lord, here he says, Pariprashnen. So there are basic 5 questions we should ask. Why? Because at one day I was sitting with Swamiji in Rishikesh. And he was kind of, at the end of the day, he was kind of exhausted. And I said, Swamiji, you look tired. And he says, Satya, itne log aate hain, so many people come. They bring their problems morning to evening. I have a problem with my family, I have a problem with finances, I have a problem with my factory, I have a problem with my children, I have a problem with my political arena, my social arena. From morning to evening, everybody comes and asks me for the solutions for the problems. But I am sitting here to guide them how to go beyond these problems, not be, you know what in Bhagavad Gita say, Mrityu mein sansar, beda lagata par mein mrityu mein sansar. I am sitting here to take them beyond these issues so they don't drown in this Maya, but they still come back and ask. And he says, I still help them and I guide them. But what kind of questions? So when we go to gurus, what are the basic 5 questions we should be asking? Who am I? Vivekananda, when he went to ask Shri Ramakrishna ji, and the door was closed, and he was asked, he knocked on the door, and Guru asked him, who is this? And he says, that's what I came here to know. Who am I? So that's what we should be knowing. Who am I? Though Bhagavad Gita's we understand we are Atma, all that, but do we really feel it? It's not just the question, not just the answer that I'm Atma. Actually experiencing it, I'm truly an Atma. Where did I come from? What are these cause and effect? My karmas have brought me to this life. And what should I be doing? Where will I go from here? After this, where am I going to go back? Where would I go? Which loka I will go? Would I go to my Prithvi loka? Would I go to Vishnu loka? Would I go to Shiv loka, which we discussed in the previous day? Or would I go to ultimate Paramdham, where this is all beyond? What is the purpose of my life? This is the purpose of my life, to experience I am Satchitananda. We should always keep in mind. And how to fulfill the purpose of my life and still lead a happy and peaceful life in the material world. So how should I fulfill this purpose of life? It's not that we just do mantras and all that. We have to live in this life peacefully as well, because this little peace will take us to the bigger peace, the ultimate peace. So here I took this particular paragraph from My Question and God's Answer book, which is a bestseller on Amazon. It's on the page 11. It says, Arjuna asked many questions covering all problems of mankind. And Lord Krishna, so gracefully, so merciful, answered them all. Therefore, the Gita gives answer to every question in our life and a solution for all problems and issues that we face daily in our very fast-paced life. So, Gita has a solution for every problem. As it says, there is a key for every lock. There is no such lock is made in this universe, in world, where the key is not made for it. Similarly, there is no any problem in the world where Bhagavad Gita does not answer the solution. So benefits, what do we get benefits? Because Lord Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna that what are the benefits. He's telling him the benefits, he's giving him the reasons, but he still gives him the benefits again and again and again. So here is a summary of benefits. By going to Guru, by asking the questions humbly, and do the seva, what do we get? It removes our doubts, develop decision-making capabilities in us, develop self-confidence. Yes, I can do it. Like Arjuna says, Karishe Vachanam Tav. Now I can do it. I can. Nashto moha smriti labda. Tat prasadan maya yud. So with your grace, my doubts, my nashto moha, my attachment is gone. Gat sandeha, all the sandehas are gone. Gat sandeha, sito ismin. Now I am stable. And karishe vachanam tav. Now I can perform my duty. So this is what Gita does. This is what it awakens the Guru within. Many times we don't have a Guru around us. Gita is our Guru, and it awakens the Guru within us. So when we become the seeker with seva, with considering our body as a yajna, with faith and surrender, then we can perform our karma. Our karma becomes karma yoga. We become more self-satisfied. We become capabilities of surrender. So much surrender. Shishyasya shadi mam tvam prapanyam. Then we become karma yogi. And when we become karma yogi, then there is no bondage, because all is being done by Lord Krishna. And we are doing everything for Lord Krishna. We are doing everything for the universe. Sarva bhut hite rata, for his Maya. Then there is no bondage, because I'm not doing it for myself. There is no cause and effect. And then by doing it, we feel so happy, peaceful, Anandam, and attain that transcendental knowledge, wisdom within. The purpose of life is achieved. We realize, look at this. I brought this particular one image here. The reason I brought it, because during meditation, many times I said, feel the energy falling on your head. And also from your second chakra, from your all the way down to the chakra, all the way from 6th Bindu chakra to the 7th chakra, where the crown chakra, like ants are crawling. This is what I mean. You will feel all this vibration in the form of whatever way you feel it, but this is what is happening to you at that time. So ultimately, when we are there, nothing bothers us. We feel so connected with Supreme Power, and we are part of that Supreme Power energy, Sat Chit Anand. So now the choice is ours, what we want to do. So here is the homework again. Be aware and ask yourself, self-inquiry, what I should ask myself and what should I ask the Guru. So this is again the Swadhyaya Abhyasam. This is the perpetual practice. But the questions come, we should ask these questions, because self-inquiry is the only path for self-improvement and higher self, reaching to the higher self, Gunatit, and experiencing our true nature. So do I have a Guru in my life? Do I ask appropriate questions and appropriately? And Guru, if we don't have physical Guru, Gita is Guru. Once you start merge yourself, it will open the doors. And you will be looking for Guru, but Guru will knock on your door. He will be looking for you, or she will be looking for you. So just keep your door of your heart and your mind open. And just, am I a qualified seeker? Am I a humble? Do I have a faith in Gita, in my Guru, in the teachings of Bhagavad Gita? Do I surrender? Is my action seva, selfless? Am I giving the oblation, every activity, conceding the ahuti to this yagna of my life? My thinking, my speaking, my seeing, sleeping, breathing, whatever, am I using that as a ahuti to my this body and mind as a yajna? So these are the questions we have to ask ourselves. Why? Because we should take a sankalpa. Today is a sankalpa 31. And the sankalpa is, I am a qualified seeker. I am the seeker, but not only seeker, I'm the qualified seeker. I know what question to ask, who to ask, how to ask, and how to surrender, how to recognize the Guru, and how to do the seva. So ultimately, I feel happy, healthy, and peaceful, and experience the Satchitananda. But I do have a patience, because that's what Gita says. Don't worry about it. My every activity is seva, karma yoga for self-realization. That's the commitment we have. But it is not an activity, but a lifetime commitment. It's a sankalpa. And one gradually attains peace and tranquility of mind by totally abandoning all selfish desires. When it says selfish desires, means we should have the desires which we need to maintain our life and for the going higher and higher. and increasing our conscious level. Completely controlling all the senses, which we talked about it, and mind by intellect. Keeping the mind fully immersed in the God's consciousness. Whatever resonates with us, whether it's a mantra, whether it's seva, reading Bhagavad Gita, totally manan, then it will come into action, because whatever we think, it turns into our speech. It comes through our mouth, also through our hands, our action. So therefore, we should always live in the consciousness of the Supreme Power and keep practicing, because Lord Krishna says, Sarva dharman paritajya mamekam sharanam braj aham tvam sarpapebhyo mokshashami mashuchi. You just have to do only one thing. Just focus on whatever you are doing. Do it for the sake of the goodness for the universe. And rest, I will take care of it. So thank you very much for the session of how to acquire self-knowledge, how to become a seeker, and enjoy happiness, healthiness, and peaceful life, and go beyond your pains and miseries and experience Satchit Anandam.